Gossip, games, news, reviews, and everything else you need to know with the news with Lawton Show. Hello and welcome to the Wednesday edition of News with Lawton, the presenter Charlotte Lawton. Today we'll be doing the film segment. Last time we had rom-coms, now it's time for some horrors. If you're into sci-fi, you'll love this. However, if you're not, you'll probably get bored halfway through it. However, it has some upcoming actors like Chad Smythe, who came out 40 out of the hottest actors, which isn't that high, but is less known than some of the higher contestants, so it's quite good. Also, he's in comedy, well, the newish comedy Friday Nights, where he's hilarious, so if you love him, then you should watch this. Just by looking at this poster, you know it's terrifying. It's an 18, so I know it's going to be bloody. Also, there's some familiar faces in it who we've talked about before, however, it was for the music. I'll not tell you who, so you can be surprised when you watch it. I give this film 5 stars because it's everything a great horror should be. I love this film, even though it's aimed at a younger teenage audience, and it's 15, so there's nothing too scary in it, but there are some parts in the film where you just can't help but jump, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat. However, the storyline is just like every other psychological horror. That music means it's time for latest music news. Who would have guessed that's Emily Jane? Instead of looking like a tomboy shell, she's looking hot and dressed in a magazine cover. She seems to have adopted a much more feminine independent style ever since she's been in the video with Katy Perry. She's been cropping up everywhere over award carpets and magazines. Now people have probably even never heard of a band. No, she is. But back on tour she dressed like the rest of the band members, but these are all male. As you can see in these photos, the photos from the magazines like Kerrang! Show with items that represent music which links to a band and lifestyle. However, in the next photos, which photos are the magazine fashion, there's nothing that shows she's a singer. She just looks like she's having photos taken like a model would, which means that in the photos they're just focusing on her looks and not what she does for a living, what she's creating music, also how she's dressed. Her makeup, and even her pose is a lot more feminine since her poses look flirtatious, which is how woman is represented in photos everywhere from magazine to billboards. A new artist called Cindy Lane has cropped up with a new single, This Is The Way. Personally, I think it sounds like something done by Hannah Montana or Rebecca Black, which means that to every 10 to 14-year-old girl it'll be lovely, but to everyone else, it'll be torture. Now, while we're on celebs, let's move to the segment I like to call Celebs Do Stupid Stuff. Celebrities do stupid stuff. First I'd like to talk about hot air balloon. Yeah, that's right. Flair arrived at the Grammys in a hot air balloon. Now if you haven't heard of this, you must be living under a rock since it's been immensely talked about over Twitter and Facebook. She does this week before her album Higher Than Life comes out. How ironic. She knows that gets all talked about, which has always been really helpful when it comes to selling albums and publicity. Naked photos of Vanessa have been spread all over the internet. The PRs were quick to comment with it being a massive breach of Vanessa's privacy, as well as paparazzi snapping photos of Lauren's day off his face in New York after a night out, as per usual, with his trousers down. These stories are truly the stupidest thing to happen this week. Now, the song's a little too lovey-dovey, but she's a pop star, so it's the only thing to sing about. This is a classic rock album that sings about trouble in life. However, I would have never guessed that the person doing the screamo was a girl. Has some awesome songs to dance to and will get you in the party mood. However, these are just my opinions, so let's head to the street and see what other people think about them. Over to you, Chris Duro.
Today we are in Hemsworth, a small town near Wakefield. We are here today as our last week's guest, Tony Law, is from here. He is just about to be starting his European tour. We're going to be talking to some locals to see their opinions. What do you think of the band The Invisibles?
They have some decent songs.
What do you think of Emily Jane?
She seems like a down-to-earth girl, but when I saw her in a fashion magazine the other day, she just looked dolled up and like all the other celebrities.
Hi, have you heard of Vanessa Wilde?
Yep.
Do you know why she's in the news?
Because she got hacked and there's like naked photos on the internet or something.
What do you think about this?
Well, all celebrities get the boobs out at one point, so...
What was the most interesting thing about the Grammys?
And when Flair arrived in the hot air balloon.
Do you think it was to promote her new album?
Well, I'll definitely be buying it.
Today we have found out people are not shocked that another celebrity has had their boobs out, and they're also not shocked at this transformation of Emily Jane. Back to the studio with Charlotte Lawton.
Thank you for watching the News with Lawton Show. If you just can't wait till the Saturday show, then follow me on Twitter or Facebook for more celebrity gossip. Leave your comments below the opinions of today's stories. Bye for now.